Here, when this even drops.
This will drop when I pick it up
Hey,
and
well,
then drop things. I pick things up and drop them. Wait, no.
I picked them up and put them down.
I pick things up and put them down. Let's see. It should drop Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
So we didn't have an episode last week.
We had the classic.
Was last week.
Yeah. See, this is what happens when you go to wrestling. My whole world gets fucked up.
Not my problem.
Well, actually, it is your problem because we're recording.
We are.
It's like 17 days late.
What?
We have fans. Well, okay, we have two.
We have
two fans that I know of that are not related to any of us.
I know, that's weird.
One in L.A., one in Chicago.
Chicago.
The Bears.
There's a strong strom.
We're not live. We're not live? No, I know we're not live. Anyway, yeah, so this should drop this Wednesday. So.
Yes. Hopefully my car will be fixed by then.
What happened to your car?
I don't know. Check engine light came on.
Oh, well, I have a car story for you, too. So
it just came out of nowhere, though. Like, literally, I'm driving in my head because, I'm getting
driving
ready.
in your head?
I'm getting ready to move. Granted, just moving upstairs. I'm getting ready to move, so, higher rent stuff, which is fine. I'm ready for that. I'm just thinking to myself,
you've grown up.
I'm ready to
partying. This is good. All right, this is a step in the right direction.
It's like, all right, I'm ready. My bills are in order. They're not insane anymore. I got that ready. I'm prepared for my new monthly rent and now utilities, which I've never had before. So I'm ready for that. I don't have a car note. And I went, I don't have a car note, which is good. I wonder what it would be like if I had to pay a car note and have a little bit higher insurance, because I'd have to have higher insurance on a newer car.
Yeah, you have to get full coverage.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I'm good to go right now. And about 15 minutes later, God went, now's the time.
Right,
and then
save it for the show.
Ding. Oh, it's good. We're on.
Oh. Frank's got an effing podcast.
I haven't listened to that in a long time.
I'm like one episode behind. Anyway, that's not our show. This is our show.
Yes.
The Better Half. Back better than before. Episode 47.
Oh, wow. 47.
47.
Right.
I've been keeping track.
Good.
We had a little classic episode.
We did.
For those, this is the big day, Larry. This is the moment that our two fans have been waiting for.
Yes.
This is the reveal of 2019 March Bareness. But before we announce the winner, let's do a little recap.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
First, to answer the question for those new listeners who listened to the classic episode of the March Bareness from 2018, the first annual, the winner. Now, I didn't listen to that episode because I forgot it and I've been really busy. But the episode we posted was not the reveal.
The classic?
No,
it was the tournament leading up to the finals.
So the winner of the 2018 March Bareness, here to present the winner of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Leah Thompson, Marty McFly's mother. Lorraine Baines McFly and Duck Fucker. What? Oh, wait, that's right. She's not here.
No,
because she never responded to our emails or Twitter.
Because about 2 weeks after she won, all of a sudden the hashtag #MeToo movement started happening.
And that one letter from her lawyer saying cease and desist. So we won't talk about that. Thank you, Lorraine Baines McFly. I'm glad you didn't end up with Biff.
Calvin Klein.
Well, it's right there on your underwear.
I've never seen anyone with their name on their underwear before. Isn't he a dreamboat?
He's a dreamboat.
I mean, like, can't you figure out two and two together before you make out that there may be some?
Did they
sort of
actually
connection?
make out?
They kissed. Remember they parked? Well, Marty, it's not like I've never parked before.
She had the little booze bottle.
She did, yeah.
She had a drinking problem.
Way early. I mean, you figure that out
when
the
she's
original.
basically pouring straight vodka into her Fruit Loops.
In the original 1985, when everyone's trying to figure out why is George McFly eating so much peanut brittle?
We do know why, because of a deleted scene.
Exactly.
So, for those who don't know, George McFly could not say no. Marty wanted him to just say no once, Dad. And his neighbor came, and his neighbor's father came.
I still feel like I never saw that scene.
Yeah, the father came hawking his, much like I hawk my my daughter's Girl Scout cookies, hawking his son's peanut brittle.
Yes.
I'll put you down for a case, McFly. Okay.
And then, then she leans over and puts the Mac on him.
Yeah.
And then it's like kissing my brother, which then leads me to wonder how many times has she kissed her brother?
Yeah. There's a lot of incest in the Baines family, huh?
No wonder why it was hard to sell this movie.
I think she stole his wallet.
Well,
so
that was in part 2.
Yeah, I know. So, without further ado. Oh, wait, before that. It's called a tease.
Let me rewind.
Do we want to talk about what led to this?
Out of the tournament. So it was a grueling 2-hour event of smash mouth, headbutting, and
slobber knocking.
Yeah, it was a wild tournament. We had 4 categories. I've already come up with next year's categories.
Oh, I've actually came up with another better way to improve it. So
I'm pretty sure no one's going to want to be involved. Oh, we may not want to do it because it's involved too much.
All right, we'll talk about that. We'll talk that in production meetings.
So, but we had 4 different categories this year that fought it out. We had news anchors or news women.
Sexy newscasters.
Yep. We had sitcom MILFs.
Moms I'd like to fornicate with.
Yes. We had internet stars.
Yes.
And then we had porn stars.
Porn stars, yes.
Because we're just filthy.
Yes, we're dirty men, and that's all that matters, really. So it was a wild race.
It was. I felt this year, like last year, we kind of got through it easily. I felt this year was a little tough.
Well, I think also because of the categories that we chose.
There were tough categories.
There were some tough
categories a little bit.
Yes, there was some. I'm looking back. I re-listened to the episode, and I'm looking back, and there might have been 1 or 2 changes I think we would have made.
I would have.
We should have made maybe, but the chips fell where they may.
What's that?
See, I get it. See, Rippo? So, and you, as always, our listeners. And I got to tell you, I was a little shocked at how many people voted. First of all,
good turnout.
I'm looking at it right now. We had 37 votes. Now, look, that might not be a lot to some people.
It's a lot for us,
but for us, it's a lot. And I was actually pretty shocked.
There was some people voted. I didn't know who they were.
That was one of the things I was about to say.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. There was some people who I said, oh, I don't have any mutual friends with Larry on this one. So yeah, that made me feel good too. But I got to tell you, it was hard finding the sexiest picture of Kat Timpf.
Yeah.
So tried to go with the first pictures that came up. And I basically just put like the Angela White sexy, and I put Kat Timpf sexy.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Kat Timpf looked very sexy. But when I looked at the pictures, and I'm not disagreeing with him, don't get me wrong. I'm just like, oh, that's a tough one because we got Kat Timpf. Who, look, she's a news anchor, so it's
the reason she was showing the most leg in that
it's
picture.
Not like she's running around with bikini. And it was funny too because she posted something about a bikini later on, like a week ago.
I wish I would have known that.
Yeah. No, not in a bikini, just like
okay.
Thing. So yeah, it's tough to find like a uber sexy picture, meaning like a revealing one. But of course, with Angela White, it's very simple. To find one.
She's a porn
star.
She's a filthy whore.
And so when I looked at the photos, I was like, couldn't find her in like a business suit or something.
Well, surprisingly, Angela took a very quick lead, but then that lead started to disappear.
It did. It was a fight for a little while.
So I think we had. It got close for a while, but then it evened out. So
it did. So I guess without further
ado. With the score of 65% to 35%, the winner of the March Bareness contest 2019 is Angela White.
Hey!
Angela, go ahead.
I have a strange feeling we may be able to get her
to
accept
I will be contacting her on her Instagram and her Twitter and all her other social media, letting her know that she is the second annual winner of the March Bareness contest of the Better Half podcast.
What a sorority! Her and Leah Thompson.
I know, right? Absolutely. I mean, she's. I started keeping a little Excel spreadsheet configured. Yeah. We might be doing this for 30 years, so you might have a historical record of everything. And
I want to do this bi-yearly. Wait, no. Semi-annually?
Say what now?
Twice a year.
Just keep it simple. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your votes, you decide, as always. It's like our own little American Idol.
It really is.
Press 1 for Angela, press 2 for Ruben, press 3 for Kat Timpf. And then press 4 for Clay.
Oh, Clay.
Clay Aiken. So I was actually thinking of some ways to improve next year's.
Okay.
Now, I'm just going to throw this out there.
Yeah, I'm listening.
But I thought of we would put different categories into a hat.
Okay.
We pick them out of the hat,
Mm-hmm.
and then we each come up with our own side of the bracket. Okay. So therefore, then we have to eliminate our own. So the finals will always be one of yours and one of mine.
Oh, I see. So, like, would the entire tournament be just one category?
No. Here's the deal. Like we
Okay.
would do, let's say we pick out, we'll agree on categories.
Okay.
Like, let's say porn stars.
Yeah.
Childhood crushes.
Yeah, I know
athletes.
Athletes.
Because that's why we left out athletes.
We did.
And I was kind of thinking that
I
would
think
have
athletes would have been better than internet stars.
correct. So, and we put up all these categories
Yeah.
into a hat. Pick out the ones we're going to pick. We're going to use 4 categories each, and we do our brackets. And then during the show, we will each have to eliminate one of our own.
Okay,
and we
fair
could do
enough.
one round where you eliminate one of mine, I eliminate one of yours.
I see.
And then that way the finals will always be somebody from my side and somebody from your side. That way
Okay.
it keeps it fair because then we're eliminating our own.
No, that's true because it does get, which was easy for the first 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds when we were doing
that's
it, we
why,
were eliminating
That's
our own.
why
it's a good
I
idea.
came up with that idea.
Because
so.
it was tough at that point. And I would like to, I just want to compare to last year's March Bareness. I do have the numbers here. So we do have more votes. Last year was only 21 total votes.
Oh, so that's good.
Yeah. And it,
Moving on up.
It was a lot closer last year. I didn't realize how close it was last year.
Yeah, it was like
52 to 48%.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nuts. I mean, you found a really good picture of Leah Thompson, but still. And again, the person who I voted for, Frank is actually 2-0 at this
Yeah,
point.
no, I'm not even keeping score like that.
Oh, I will.
Okay. Well then, yay for me. So yeah, that
But
was
congratulations.
congratulations to you,
Angela
sir,
White.
because it was definitely a.
It was another good one.
It was
And-
another good one.
And I know we had some suggestions maybe to do the tournament live next year.
We could do that.
So we can do that.
We could definitely do that. I like that, and we could even have. It's actually good if we have, let's say, a third person, one of our friends, and we come to
Like an unbiased.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we come to
Heads.
crossroads,
Yes.
and we're like, all right, well,
Which we did a few times this year.
You'll decide.
Okay.
So
I think we can do that.
perfect.
Do you think we can do a whole tournament of Facebook friends?
What do you mean? Oh no! Like picking? No.
I'm just saying, like maybe that may be the only way to be able. Hey, look, anyone want to?
No, I'm
Send in
married.
photos?
See, I have a lot to lose, and let me take my ring off. You really have nothing to lose
I have
except
nothing to
friendships
lose.
and possibly a job. I have. I don't
I've
want to come.
tried.
I don't want to live with you.
I've tried.
So okay, so therefore, no, I will not be putting Facebook
no,
friends.
no. I'm joking. I love
So,
everybody.
maybe.
I mean,
wait,
if you want to
wait,
send bikini pictures anyway.
Wait.
What?
Maybe I pick 2 of your Facebook friends, and you pick 2 of my Facebook friends. That could get ugly.
Let's talk.
Let's stick with people who are on,
No,
who have
of
been on
course.
television.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for playing along. Get fans, listeners, friends, family. Thank you for voting.
Yes.
We do appreciate it. It means a lot to us. The fact that the votes upped by 9 or 10 votes, I think we're going.
good. Look, we're getting there.
We're going somewhere, but we're going slow.
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah, I know. It's a long-ass marathon. It actually reminds me of a Stephen King story. I think it was called Walk, where a bunch of teenagers, it's like a dystopian future.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's The Outsiders.
There's a race, but it's a walking race.
Oh, it's weird.
And no, well, if you stop walking, you get shot.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so
that makes sense. Okay.
So, and I think if I remember correctly, if you win, like your family's taken care of.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's but some people freeze at the start line. And they have like 10 seconds to move or they get shot. So it's yeah. I can't wait for that to come out on.
Like speed walking, you get the hips in there.
Well, that's the thing. You can go to the bathroom. You have, there's certain rules. It was a pretty sick.
I mean, you can walk and go to the bathroom at the same time.
Done it. What? I didn't say what I did, but I did it. It'd be hard to squat. But
Fair
anyway.
enough.
So
All
what's
right,
up,
good.
man? I haven't seen you in like 75 days.
Yeah, no, it's definitely had a busy weeks. The reason why we had the classic episode and everything, I was vacationing, my annual
Vacationing in
for
New York.
WrestleMania in wonderful scenic Brooklyn, New York, where luckily I'm a local, so I'm used to it, but a lot of people who come in from all over the world, WrestleMania, people, all 50 countries and all 50 states and 100 countries, all converge to whatever town Wrestlemania is in, and it's like a full week of activities and weekend stuff. And a lot of people from a lot of countries learned firsthand what it's like with Brooklyn hospitality.
I find Brooklyn hospitality actually very nice.
We are good, but I think we're used to it. So there's one thing they had. It's called Wrestlemania Axxess, which is like the fan festival. So they normally it's in either a convention center or they've actually done it in an arena. I guess neither were available this year. Like Javits Center, I think, had the boat show going on, or car show. I forgot which one it was.
The car show is usually, I didn't see any advertisement for the car show. Usually it's the end of March, early April, because it's around my birthday.
The car show, then, okay.
But I didn't see any advertisement at all for the car show.
Well, needless to say, this wasn't in the Javits. So they had it at the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. Now, if you've ever been to the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal, it is all the way in Red Hook.
Okay, no, I've never been there. I've been to the one in the city, but not...
Okay. Not the most, fun place to be if you don't know your way around Brooklyn.
Well, the thing is, a little history. Red Hook used to be a really bad neighborhood.
Yeah, really bad.
Low-life scum neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, they gentrified it, and all the hipsters moved in, and now
it's a Tesla car
it's
dealership down
turned
there.
into a very millennial/hipster neighborhood.
There's a few good bars down there, but other than that, there's really nothing else there. Like, you need to Uber it in, Uber it out.
There's no... I'm sure there's probably a lot of restaurants and stuff.
I really didn't see that many. Like, I saw, again, bar, restaurant types.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of old warehouses and stuff, and they've turned them into probably lofts that go for millions of dollars. As you look over the lovely, polluted Gowanus Canal.
Red
Hook.
So I go there. I go Monday after WrestleMania, but still, I go Monday. And now, this was my fault. They have a clear bag policy for WrestleMania, meaning you have to bring in like a clear bag that you can see through. All right, no problem. That is what it is. That's fine. So, but I had my messenger bag with me. My fault. Completely forgot about the thing.
Oh, so, your little
the green
mail purse.
Yeah, my messenger bag. So
you're not a messenger, Quicksilver. All right.
So I'm walking in.
Quicksilver. You're more like quicksand.
Oh, wow! You can't drown in quicksand.
Do you know that? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You just stumped me, you bastard.
So I'm walking in, and I get to the front, and all of a sudden I hear, "You can't bring that in.
Go, girl.
You can't bring that in." I'm like, What's going on? You can't bring that in. I'm like, whoa.
Was this a woman?
Yes, it was.
Was this an African-American woman?
Maybe not.
Well, we don't have any African-American listeners. Not that I know of.
So, but besides the one yelling at me, the person.
You got to put that back.
I hear, open up your bag. Oh, you take everything out. Keys, wallet, everything. Let's go, people. Move.
Oh, she sounds fun.
I mean, all this going into a wrestling act.
Well, it is a violent sport.
Anyway, so I'm like, all right, my bad. I forgot open bag, clear bag policy. So I go, all right, what do I do with it? You got to bring the bag check. It's like, okay.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Where's bag check? Over there.
That's the other line.
They point to another thing. All right, no problem. Go to the
You and 4 other people.
I go over, I'm like, I was told I have to check my bag here. Now, I've done bag check before. And they go, put it in there.
Oh, I saw this picture.
So I look over, I'm like, put it where? In there. It was, how would you describe it?
Tupperware bin?
No, it's one of those garbage bins. Like the ones that you wheel out.
Yes.
The big ones. That was
a hamper.
Their bag check. A giant garbage bin.
And did you get a ticket?
Nope.
No ticket.
I asked them, is anyone watching this? And they're like, we'll keep an eye on it. I'm like, meanwhile, there's suitcases in there.
I would have walked away with everything and just went home.
No, you easily could have.
No, I would have.
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't have anything in my bag. It was more I brought it in case I bought anything. I just throw it in there. I buried my bag into it, put other bags on top of it, and then someone must have spun it around because I went to get back. I couldn't find it. So now I'm like Double Dare. I'm digging through this garbage bin.
Looking for the flag.
Looking for my... I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That's pretty stupid.
And like I said, I just thought like all the international folk just like, yep, this is New York. This is fantastic.
Yeah, well, listen, in New York, only the strong survive. So
did that, but that was also the day where I was able to perform my chops and do that play-by-play thing.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was pretty impressed by that, and I think you missed your calling. So I think there's something you should pursue.
Trust me, I missed a lot of callings now.
Yeah,
that I'm almost
yes,
40.
you did.
Yep.
But I mean, we all did.
But I've been tagging the hell out of everybody. I posted it up on Twitter. I tagged every wrestling organization I know.
You were really good. So I wanted to commend. I know I give you a lot of shit, but I wanted to commend you on that. And I'm tipping my hat that I'm not wearing to you. I'll tip Fred the Zombie Head hat.
There you go.
Okay,
I'll post it up on the Better Half.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. No, I'm serious, do because it was.
Please do. It's my page too.
No, yeah, okay. Yeah, but really, it's not. But no. But No, really, no, do it because we don't tag things enough, and that's
we got it. We got to start doing
we
that,
have to. I'll be the first to admit we're bad on that. Why do you have a poop background on your phone?
It's not a poop. It's a Goomba.
Oh, my daughter's hooked on. Okay, that makes more sense. My daughter is obsessed with poop emojis.
Oh, let me be more specific. It's a Super Mario Brothers Goomba, not just some Italian.
You're such a man child. I love you, but I really want to punch you.
But
sometimes.
Then once I go in there, it's Alexa Bliss.
Of course it is. So that's very nice.
Yeah.
So I just finished actually about an hour and a half ago my last improv class, my second go around, and I got to tell you it was interesting.
Okay. Did you find it any not easier, but just? Did you find it a little more relaxing the second time around? Because people normally do this a couple of times.
Right. There, this particular class, apparently there are like 5 levels of improv,
wow.
And because of the size,
that's what she said.
Of the classes, he can really only do the first 2 levels because at level 3 you need like 100 people.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he averages about 12 to 20 people a class.
Okay.
So the first time I did it was about a year and a half ago, and it was a really good class. Everyone was kind of like comfortable. You could tell people's comfort levels. You know, you're going into it. Some people you could tell there's always the one person, I call him the try hard, yes. You know, and he's like he or she is way over the top and always on, and they're kind of disrupting it, at least to me. Yeah. By means, I'm no expert, but I was one of 3 people. There was 2 other people there who had taken the class previously.
Did you recognize them?
Yes, one was from one of the class I did, and one was a girl from another class who, because of scheduling, she popped into our class a few times, so I recognized her.
Okay.
And the guy, his name is Brian, who was the one he's taken level 1 and 2 like 4 or 5 times already.
Okay.
I like working with him, but there was a few people. Because I doubt they'll listen because I didn't really give the name of the podcast. But one girl actually was interested in podcasting. She's a realtor. So I exchanged. We texted each other. So we have. So she wanted to talk about starting a podcast. So I will let you know about that. Obviously,
a real estate podcast that works.
Yeah. So and obviously, if not, maybe Strong Island or whatever. Some of our other contacts.
Because I know like Village Connection, I think has something like that.
Yeah.
But Strong Island can work. Yeah.
So ... She was actually really cool. She was a strong black woman, and we got along very well. And she
why would you not get along with a strong black woman?
No. I'm saying improv wise.
Oh, okay.
The last exercise of the day today, we got put together, and we had to pretend to be guests on the talk show. And she whispers over to me. She's like, I don't care if you get dirty or raunchy. I'm cool with that. And then, and I could tell before we had to do some exercise together, she was pretty good. But
that's one of the 3 that I learned in the drop-in class.
Right. So
dirty and raunchy. What?
Yeah. Right. So, but then there was this other girl who I really connected with. Okay. But she missed the 3rd class, and then she missed this last class. And I wanted to get her info because I wanted to get her on as a guest on the show because she's local.
Oh.
But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. But she was. I think she was married. She was a mom. I don't know. She
was a mom. Wait a minute.
But apparently she was in the hospital or something today. But she's going to be all right. So that's why she missed the class. But I was kind of pissed because I really wanted to like connect with her because she was really good at it. So, but then those are the positives. Now the negatives. There was one guy I avoided like the plague. Now remember the Yes and game. Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
And
yes, and like so, like I would say something to the effect of a quick example. Larry, you play the game with me real quick. I remember that time we went to Vegas and we gambled.
Yes, and then I had to go to the dry cleaners at that point later on in the evening.
Yes, and your clothes were ripped.
Yes, and I had to sew them up back together.
Okay, perfect. So that's a good yes and. Okay, now I'll play the other guy. Okay, so
all right. So
let's just throw out a yes and. Just
so I went to the carnival this morning.
Yeah, and so wait, you went to the carnival. All right, so and then we saw a clown.
Yes, and the clown was carrying a big giant tub of popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn. Yeah. So why was he carrying that popcorn? And I'm sitting like, no. In my head, I'm like, because you can't.
No, I know. Yeah.
The teacher doesn't want you to like talk about the exercise. He just wants you to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got stuck between this guy last week and someone who probably spoke 3 words of English.
Oh, fantastic!
And we were going in the circle, and I couldn't get out. I was like, at one point, I heard somebody go on the other side of the circle, go, oh, "Poor Frank," and I was like, and I'm sitting, and I'm like, I got nothing. I had nothing to give and nothing to get from the person on both sides of me. So I avoided that guy with the plague. Thankfully, he wasn't there either this week. So
of the 3 words, 2 of them were yes and.
Yes and. There's only 2 he knew. And then there's this one girl who told everybody she was a reality TV star.
All right.
So I got her name, obviously, and I
her
Googled her.
Kardashian.
And she's nowhere to be found on the internet.
No, really?
So maybe in her head, she's a reality star. But she had
Does a voyeur cam count as a reality star?
You're not too far off because she was there with her aunt and her cousin.
Okay.
Who took the class together, and they were all over each other, all 3 of them, like something out of the dark web,
like Caligula.
It was creepy. And she came in every week with a different style, and announced that she would come in every week in a different style.
What do you mean different style?
Week 1, she had like, you know how women are dyeing their hair? It almost looks like grayish silver.
Oh,
like it's a thing.
This is a thing.
That was that's a thing. Like that was week 1.
Okay.
The next week she had red braids.
Weird.
The 3rd week she had like a pixie cut, like the Legend of Billie Jean, but like it was, but it wasn't. She didn't cut her hair. She like plastered her hair down.
Oh God!
Yeah, and then she was out one week, and then this week she had pink hair, but with a different like the outfit. It was a different style every week, and like she made that well aware that we were going to know that, and like I didn't want to work with her because then she would do. This was her yes hands. Yeah, and the dog, he went to the park and then he saw a bone, so he took the bone and then he ate the bone, and then the bone got stuck in his. And I'm like, okay, in my head, I'm like, shut up, just one sentence, and it went on for 10 minutes to the point where I didn't know what to grab from that sentence to do yes and her.
Yes, and you're an idiot.
Yes, and stop coming to this class. So, but the good news is what I actually wanted to hear. At the end of the class today, Michael came up to me, the teacher, and said, "You're ready for level 2."
Oh, congratulations!
So, thank you.
Look at this.
So I'll probably be taking that again in September.
Okay. Please, were there any other people you brought with you to the improv class these last 5 weeks?
No, I didn't. Did I bring anyone? No, I didn't bring anyone. No.
Okay. Anyone who may frequent the podcast often?
No, I didn't bring anyone.
Okay. All right, just checking.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
All right.
I'm thinking about going to one of the summer classes.
Okay.
But I think you misunderstood me because no, I didn't. Okay. I didn't bring anyone.
Okay, just checking. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're talking
about. I didn't know if...
Are you going to come do it?
I would like to. I was just curious if some of our famous guests went with you. Okay.
Not that I've asked anyone yet.
Okay.
So
okay,
but one of our guests. I don't want to name names because they're I don't have a release form yet. But but one of our guests who I'm friends with asked about it.
Okay.
Now, if you're interested,
do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't say that.
What?
Pause. You're so.
I am so fucking.
You're confused because we talked about one thing earlier and then you went on a complete other tangent. You all right? You having a heart attack?
I am so happy.
Before I get into that, I wanted to tell you he's skipping obviously a week for Easter, but he has a 4-week class for $100 if you're interested. I can't do it. I know you're moving.
I just timing
right now.
is
I have a bunch of charity events coming up for my niece, so I'm not going to be able to do it. But getting back to the improv class, no, there were no famous guests of the show.
Good.
That unfortunately I tried working into it. But there's a little pre-discussion before the class, like that we talk about what went on last week, and people start. And I walked in today, and they were talking politics, and I started talking about a little about I could care less about politics, and then the girl the real estate one, she put in my phone because I don't know how it came out, but I don't remember what I said, but she's like, oh, I'm going to put you in my phone, Frank, Trump lover. And I don't love Trump. I respect my president. I said, but I didn't say that he was a guest on the show. But
did somebody say Trump?
Uh-oh. Hey.
Hello.
What's up, see?
I take improv.
What, did you take improv?
Yeah, Pelosi's.
Wait, where were you?
Pelosi's. I was in the bedroom.
Oh.
I was taking a nap.
Oh, fair enough.
Pelosi's a bitch.
What? Wow,
I hate her.
That's not improv as much.
Guess what?
What?
Guess what? Sanctuary cities.
Yeah, this is.
You're gonna be filled up.
Boy, we're in.
Back up the Greyhound bus. They're coming in. Habla inglés, homie.
Mr. President, I'm just.
Yes, that's me. Number 45.
Yes.
Best president ever.
I'm
more better than ever.
I like this idea of really sticking it to these sanctuary states.
Screw them. We're going to build walls around those sanctuary cities.
I'm in a sanctuary state.
I know, me too. I mean, Frank is also.
Yeah.
It sucks, but hey, deal with it. You voted Democrat.
I didn't. No.
I didn't either. I mean, Frank didn't either.
All right. Well, I mean, if that does happen, Mr. President, hopefully you'll allow some of us good ones to be able to maybe get out before you lock the door on the wall.
It's like Escape from New York all over again.
It's like Battle
Snake
Royale.
Plissken. I love Snake Plissken.
Do you really?
Gonna close down the whole city. Gonna put what's that fat guy's name in charge? Donald Pleasance. He's the president.
Oh.
He was the president. It's gonna be Donald Pleasance, Donald Trump. Get it? See it? Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Right,
Adrienne Barbeau's gonna be in it too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, she's gonna be behind the wall with Doc.
Okay.
Ernest Borgnine driving the taxi. My favorite movie.
You got a lot of different movies happening.
No,
right
it's
now
all
there,
the same
sir.
movie. Snake Plissken, Escape from New York. Greatest movie ever.
All right. Well, good luck with this. And I think this whole thing, you got a lot of them scared. A lot of Democrats scared with this.
I'm exposing them for the
You
frauds
really
they
are.
are. We don't want them in our city. Wah.
Yeah, you really.
Ooh, Cory Booker. Wah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I'm glad you do your research. I have no idea who half these people are.
He looks like Virgil from wrestling. You know who that is?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's Cory Booker. He's from New Jersey, that armpit of New York. It's the armpit of the country. Jersey stinks like feet and armpits. What you got for me, Larry? I got everything.
I don't know what is happening right now, but good luck though.
You're lucky that Sammy Davis Jr. isn't here.
No, I have a feeling that may be later. So
it's a possibility.
Well, at least
it's been a while since I saw you, Larry.
No, really.
It's terrific.
I haven't been around. Maybe next time you should fill in for me. You and Frank should do the show.
That would probably kill Frank, but okay, maybe.
I don't know why it would kill him, but you know
why.
It's two different.
Can't break the fourth wall, Larry. Okay,
you've broken it so many times, sir.
My throat's already hurting.
All right, so
I got so much to do.
Yeah, go.
I got walls to build. Guess what? I just got.
What'd you
get? I got a new work belt.
Oh, you're doing it yourself.
Oh, me, Melania, Barron, and Ivanka.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh yeah, all of us.
She's getting her hands
She's got
dirty?
overalls. She's hot.
Ooh,
she's my hot
daughter. But
well, yeah, I said
hot.
so. I'm allowed. I'm a dad. I can say it.
She's
you know who doesn't say much? Tiffany.
Who's Tiffany?
Marla Maples' kid. She's not in the will though. She doesn't know.
I just saw a picture of Marla.
She doesn't know.
Recently.
She doesn't know.
Did you see a picture of your ex-wife recently?
She's. I don't talk about her. I'm not allowed to mention her. You know, she's been pretty quiet this whole time.
Where is that photo of Marla?
She's pretty quiet.
Oh,
you know why?
Yeah, why?
Because I put her in the cornfields.
Did you really?
Like that kid from Twilight Zone. I took away her mouth.
I gotta go through all these other pictures.
Billy Loomis.
What? What the hell is going
Something on the plane.
Oh.
I don't know where this is going.
I don't know. Oh, this is the wrong.
What are you? I just saw part of your Google, and I'm disturbed.
I'll send it to you later.
Let's get the FBI on this one, okay?
Oh, please don't. Please don't do a search.
Check is the Google.
No, I'm trying to find the Marla Maples stuff.
Not important.
That is not even the right page. All right, now I access something I should not have.
Dark web.
Now, probably. I don't know what the dark web is.
You don't know. I do.
Have you been on the dark web?
It's huge.
Is it huge?
You
I
could
heard
buy
it's huge.
people on it. People.
All right, well, I'll find it.
I
next
just saw
time.
4 girls in bikinis on your scrolling.
Yeah.
Dude, disturb
wait,
me.
that's
You're a
Rachel
dirty
McCord?
single
I
boy.
didn't realize that.
All right.
All right, well, I can't find. Hey, Game of Thrones is on tonight. You going to be watching Game of Thrones?
Love it.
Really?
Love it. Cersei, she's hot. A lot of
Okay.
incest in that one.
How do you
Jamie
think-
Lannister.
As president, have you been privy to the entire season yet?
No, we don't get that. It's
No?
it's under lock and key.
Wow, of all things.
But I can tell you one thing. Here's my prediction.
Okay.
Jon Snow will get the Game of Thrones. He will get the Iron Throne. It's huge. It's a huge throne made of thorns. Guess where I'm getting one?
Where?
In the Oval Office.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
That'd
I'm
be
going to
cool.
put Pelosi's head on it.
Oh, wow. That's
And Hillary's.
good Lord. Okay.
Both of her heads.
All right, can't
She's
find
a
more.
double-headed dragon. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, Trump out.
All right, sir.
Later.
Catch you later, sir. And out he goes. Oh, he wants Taco Bell. Well, it's right around. It's not that far from here, sir.
I know I'm getting a
I thought you were
gordita.
leaving. Okay.
You know what's funny?
What?
Hate Mexicans, love Taco Bell. Trump out, 45.
All right, sir.
Mr. President, thank you for coming.
Oh, there he goes.
All right, yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah. Okay. Later.
Peace out, Cub
Yeah,
Scout.
we're good like that.
I'm really trying to find this picture of Marla Maples, but I can't.
Don't
find
worry
it.
about it. It's not important.
No, now I'm curious. Ugh. Rumor Willis. Oh, there she is. Look at that. He just left. Just left, and there's a recent picture of
That's
Marla
Marla
Maples.
Maples?
That is
Let me see
Marla,
this.
right?
Let me
Yeah,
see
that's
this.
Marla.
How old is she?
I don't know.
Okay, I think I just thought of another category for next year's hot politicians.
Hot ex-wives.
Hot politicians.
Yeah,
Well, she's not a politician, but hot.
she's hanging in. Oh, she's hanging in there and almost hanging out.
Oh, that's a nip.
There you
That's
go.
a nipple.
You think?
Oh yeah, that's a nipple.
I think I see a nipple. Actress, producer, and Tiffany Trump's mother. Now, why does Tiffany Trump have a link to it? Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
This picture is from 2008.
Aw.
Boo.
Here, let's see. Marla Maples now.
I'm not happy about that.
Oh yeah, no, she don't look too good now.
I'm not happy
Marla
about
Maples now. Images. Ivanka's pretty hurting. Marla Maples still pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie.
that. No, Marla probably still has. Here's Tiffany Trump from 2017.
Ivanka, not so much.
The Donald.
I don't think that's from 2 years ago.
That's Tiffany.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause she looks beat up there, man. I mean, she probably did get beat up.
Oh. Okay. Well,
I don't know.
interesting.
Marla Maples is still a goer.
Is
so,
she?
Oh yeah. No, I'm looking at punch it up today.
All right.
I mean, look, you gotta admit, Trump.
He picks him
he
good.
picked him good. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about Ivanka.
Tiffany's pretty hot too. But the second she opens her mouth, she just loses it for me.
Let's see. Ivanka still has not Ivanka. Marla, look, Marla's an older woman, but even as an older woman, she's doing all right.
I'm okay
not
with
upset.
that.
I am not
I'm
upset with this.
that. Okay, so now the Trump left.
Are we
can get
being
back-
tracked now?
What?
Are we being tracked?
What do you mean?
Now we're looking up ex-wives.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely got we definitely have sworn enemies.
Okay.
So where were we? Before we got interrupted by Mr. Trump?
I don't even remember anymore. He comes in like a
So
whirlwind.
we're talking about the improv.
the improv class. Yeah. So I would like to take once everything settles down. I'm in my apartment. My car works.
Now, what's wrong with your car?
I don't know. Just out of nowhere, the engine light came
Okay,
on.
is there any problems? Is it
I
running
didn't
there?
feel anything.
It's probably just a light bulb.
I don't
You know what I had to deal with?
What?
You know, I have my old Pontiac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that car came out of the garage the day before my birthday, Wednesday,
Okay.
and I was just getting it inspected.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
$10. It's an old car, inspected, an oil change.
Do
You
you
know?
have like a history, classic insurance on it or regular?
No, I don't have classic insurance on it
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
So I bring it in, go out to lunch with my lovely wife, get the phone call. He's like, yeah, we have a little problem.
Uh-oh.
Now, when I took the car out, my foot went all the way down when I stepped on the gas. Now, I'm like, all right, maybe the brakes are just a little soft. I said, check the brakes. Now, there's a whole thing that controls the braking system called the master cylinder.
Okay.
That was shot.
Oh,
Now,
who shot?
remember, it was shot, completely shot. So I don't know how the car's been sitting in the garage all...
Yeah.
What?
I said, who shot it?
I missed it. Sorry. I rippoed. Sorry. He's going to kill me. Anyway, so that was shot. That was about $250.
wow.
to replace, but you can't find that part everywhere because it's an old car.
Yeah.
So then he goes, since I have that off,
Also, something wrong with your windshield. What?
yeah,
Broken.
So there's something called brake calipers that were very old.
Oh yeah, that went on mine recently.
Yeah.
That was the last time I brought it.
Yeah. So the 2 rear ones had to be replaced. That was another $250.
Mm-hmm.
So then he goes, well, it's something weird. He goes, do you know that all the lug nuts on your left rear tire were completely wrong? I go, excuse me? He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I kind of just pulled them right off. And he goes, when I put the car up on the lift, the tire kind of was wobbly.
Oh, it made my job so much easier.
I go, are you kidding me? He goes, yeah. I go, I drove that car all summer. I had my kids in that car. He goes, you're lucky you're not dead. And I'm like, thanks. So he goes, I'm going to put 5 new lug nuts on. I go, I appreciate that. He goes, and they had also replaced part of the brake line. So thank God my car's got all new braking system. So
basically an all new car.
No. So that was about $650.
That's not bad.
Get the car back. Actually, I was at work. My wife brought the car back from the, and I'm like, you think you can handle the car this big and this old?
Hey now.
And she texted me from the car. I go, I'm in old Bessie right now. I go, her name is Frederica. I go, and don't you dare disrespect her. I go, and she showed.
Pay attention.
When she got the car home, she took a picture of it in front of the house, so I knew it was safe. I get home and I notice there's a puddle underneath the car.
Oh no!
So I'm like, okay. I start the car and I see something's leaking. One of them was the hose that goes to the radiator was a little loose.
Okay.
So I fixed that.
Okay.
That wasn't a
being
problem.
Man.
Yeah, that was. I needed a new hose anyway, but I just fixed the clip broke to hold it, so it was loose. Then there's another leak that I don't know where that's coming from. So now I have to bring it back to the mechanic because I think he forgot to tighten something.
Oh boy!
So I'm not.
So
too
it's got to get the hose again.
No, it's going to get probably lit up in my driveway because I'm sick of it. So I'm actually considering selling it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm considering selling it and putting
You're
all
tired of it?
I want a car that I could just turn the key and go. I want a car that's restored. That's a classic car that's completely restored.
So you want one
that I want someone else
to work.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, because I don't have time. I work full time. I have 2 young kids. I don't have
believe you.
time to get under the hood and get in there. And I'm not exactly a professional mechanic.
You know, your birthday just passed, which, by the way, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're not getting younger, so you may want to invest into a vehicle that you don't have to do a lot of work on.
Your birthday just passed too.
It did, and I'm not.
And
trust me when I tell you,
I think I've accomplished a lot for my age. So
I'm looking down the barrel and I'm ready.
Yeah. So well, if you want, I could run you over with my car, and then I could just go to jail and have a good night's sleep, without the possibility of getting raped every night. So I mean, a good-looking white boy like me, I'm definitely prime.
Oh, they'd love you.
Oh, forget it.
They would love you.
Hi guys.
Yep, that's it.
So that's a decision I'm going to have to make. Either keep it and fix it when it breaks, or sell it, pull my money, and buy something that I really like. That
you want to advertise it on here?
Not yet. I haven't made the decision yet. So,
okay.
But that was my first car, the same make and model.
Oh, I
so
got you.
That's
all right. I get it.
I'm torn. I'm torn between 2 lovers.
I'm torn. I don't remember the song. All right. So that's cool though. I mean, good luck with it.
Torn
Definitely.
Between 2 Lovers is not torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
I know.
Imbruglia.
You see the guy who mimed that song?
Yes.
I love that video.
Oh, there was another video. Wait, he did a whole dance routine, right? Was it?
Well, no, he eventually did it with Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh,
but the original one, just him miming it, it was hysterical.
I like that Evolution of Dance video that was
I
popular a few years ago.
That was a good one. I've been watching a lot of unclogging sewer videos on YouTube. This is
Why?
No. It's I don't know. It's something that it's like the horseshoeing videos. I just came across there's something satisfying about them unclogging a drain, and then the flow. Problem is, there's a lot of poop in these videos.
Yeah,
and I've it's weird. I can't deal with other people's poop in real life. God help me, I'm not changing a diaper. I'll throw up. I mean, I've shit myself before as an adult once,
That's
and I wasn't
disgusting,
crazy
Larry.
about that.
I don't need to hear this.
But you've already heard it. I've already told the story. But watching them stick a hose into a pipe, blowing water into it, and then like packing sausage, just slowly out the tube, and then boom.
Your
and then it just flows.
Description is
and then it just flows. Is something satisfying about that, and yeah. So that's my new go-to right now.
Hold on, here it is.
Oh, it's a history of dance.
No, this is Torn.
Oh, this is Torn? All
I
right.
do love this song.
Let's get ready to pay. Oh, that's a live. I can already tell that's a live one.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, she comes out like halfway through.
Does he know she's coming out?
Yeah, it's all set up. Because they start dancing. Be a man.
She's like one of those hot, like, 90s Lisa Loeb. Lisa Loeb, Natalie.
With well, I didn't even, she was in the first Johnny English. So her acting chops are pretty good as well.
She was a star, and was it Australia? She was also.
She's an Aussie.
No, but I think she was in a regular TV, like a soap opera in Australia.
Was she?
Yeah.
As if we had some sort of technology to be able to tell us what people did way back when. Natalie
Imbruglia.
Imbruglia.
I've been watching. Now, this is a show I don't normally watch.
Wow. She looks good.
I think it's America's Got Talent.
She looks a little crazy.
She's got the crazy eyes.
She
in
definitely has crazy eyes.
I like it better with the short hair, though.
Yeah, me too.
So I think, okay, I'm adding this to the list. 90s pop artist.
Okay.
90s.
Imbruglia. I've been mispronouncing it this whole time. She
90s
was
hot musician.
Let's see. She was on. Let's go all the way back. What's her first gig? She was on Neighbours.
Yes, Neighbours,
which is
Australia.
very popular in. Is it Australia? Yeah, probably. So, actually, Neighbours didn't Neighbours become our friends?
I should probably stop this before we have to get paid.
Oh, it's already too late.
Before we have to pay.
I'm trying to think because Friends was excuse me. Friends was based off of a British show.
Neighbours, wasn't it?
No, Australian soap opera exploring the lives and relationships of the residents of Ramsay Street in Erinsborough.
Oh, this guy, David Armand, who did the mime.
Yes.
He also did Man in the Mirror.
Oh, did he? I
don't think Michael Jackson came out.
No. Came in something. Let's see.
You're gross.
So, Johnny English was in 2003. God help me.
Natalie Imbruglia is still hot.
Listen, she's definitely a goer. She was on SNL in 98. She was on Top of the Pops 4 times in 98. That's a big show.
Do you remember Putting on the Hits?
Putting on the Hits?
Yes. It was a show on Channel 11 on, I think, Saturday, and it was a lip-syncing show. And they put, I remember, I specifically remember somebody doing, what's the song? Was it Amadeus? Or they might have done.
Rock me
no, they might have done. They might have done Putting on the Ritz, but this was called Putting on the Hits, and they did. Okay. They lip synced, but it was kind of like lip sync battle.
Yeah.
But they didn't put on all these huge performances. So. I bet you, obviously, through the wonders of the internet, you could probably find anything on.
Absolutely. I already use that joke.
On the hits. Yeah,
her last acting gig was 2015 for Natalie Imbruglia. Little Loopers.
Yeah, this was Putting on the Hits. I remember Endless Love was one of the songs. The guy came out, half his left side was a man, his right side was a woman, and then he did the duet like this.
I mean, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's done a lot. They did somebody did Sheila E. Bohemian Rhapsody was on it, and he did it with puppets. So which kind of The Lion Sleeps Tonight. The guy's dressed like a safari guy.
That's pretty funny.
I think it was 1985 and 1986 the show was on. But it was a really good show. Okay. So it's a really good show.
I want to see this movie, Little Loopers. This is the last movie in 2015 that Natalie Imbruglia was in. Former golf pro directed to serve community service.
That's about right.
By teaching teenagers to play golf. A kind of Bad News Bears meets golf.
Let's just talk about that in reality. Do you think any judge is going to make someone their punishment, their crime punishment, teaching Little League of any sport. This is your sentence. You have to, relax on a baseball field and teach Little League kids to Little League to inner city children. That was an Emilio Estevez movie, wasn't it?
What? I think that's what Artie Lang is doing now. Oh no, he's got something else going on. Actually,
teaching kids how to snort heroin.
She does have crazy eyes.
Oh yeah, she's got the crazy eyes.
I didn't never notice that.
Oh yeah, she's got the crazy eyes.
Holy cow! All right. That looks a little bit. I think that's more recent.
All right, this is not good pod.
It's everything is good pod.
You can't. That's a visual medium.
It's a theater of the mind. If I may, on the Retro Gamers podcast a couple weeks ago, Anthony, for my birthday, finally sent me a video of him destroying the Virtual Boy. And
okay, see, our listeners who are a lot cooler do not understand the whole history of Virtual Boy. So you can't just tell that story. Let me digress.
I don't have to.
I will do it in 15 seconds.
Okay.
Larry loves Virtual Boy. Virtual Boy sucks. Rippo hates Virtual Boy. So Rippo just basically says every episode, Virtual Boy sucks. And then he's going to blow it up.
We put it to rest.
Okay.
But he literally destroyed the Virtual Boy that I got him. And it was a real Virtual Boy. But what happens is, as we play the video, because we have a YouTube version of it as well, you get my reaction, and you hear the noise in the background, and you hear the Sawzall, and somehow no one's fingers were cut off.
Rippo knows how to use a Sawzall?
He wasn't using the Sawzall. Did
he have safety goggles?
They had shades. They weren't necessarily safety goggles. They were just shades.
Because they don't own safety goggles. They had to get sunglasses.
So, but anyway, a buddy of mine texted me, and he said he didn't watch it. He listened to it. Your cousin, that's what it was, Frankie.
Okay.
Texted me, and he goes, oh my God, the picture that painted in my mind, of listening to getting destroyed and your reaction was amazing. It was awesome. And I'm like, thank you, sir. That's what I was going for the audio portion of the podcast. And then he asked me what hand I jerk off with, and then the whole conversation went weird.
He's got issues.
The whole conversation went, oh, but let me ask you this.
Okay.
Sudden interruption.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You went way back to year one of the Better Half Project. We haven't done a sudden interruption.
We haven't, but I want to throw this out in honor
of
Mr. Frankie.
Oh.
No. Here's the thing. Do you? What hand? Just not putting the two and two together. I'm only going to ask you one question though. Which hand do you use the mouse with?
Right.
Okay. Now it's safe to say that everyone uses.
And I'm
mouse.
lefty.
No, me too. You're a lefty?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Me too. What'd you do that for?
Why not?
Okay, cool. Pound it. Okay,
Ow.
so basically everyone.
I just hurt my shoulder fist pumping you. I am old.
Everyone uses the right hand for a mouse.
Right.
It's universal.
Right.
Do you sacrifice switching your dominant hand for the mouse or switching your dominant hand for the self-pleasure?
Well, my dominant hand is my left hand.
Oh, there we go.
So
okay.
I'm a bit ambidextrous because, I write lefty.
Okay.
I use a fork with my left hand.
Well, right off the bat, this does not mean you're ambidextrous.
I throw righty.
No, ambidextrous is writing with both hands.
No, it's I throw righty, I bat righty, I shoot a hockey stick righty.
Ambidextrous is writing with both hands.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's the question. Do you? So when you're sitting there, because let's face facts. Now everyone's got a computer. The days of the Sears catalog are long gone.
Rest in peace, Sears catalog.
And do you end up changing the hand? Like if you do both with the right hand, do you change your mouse, or do you change your batting stance?
Well, I don't know because, like I said, I get that. That's a good question. But I would have to think if you're using the mouse when you're watching said video, you really don't need the mouse. And I think there's a lot of pausing. There's a lot of stopping and pausing when you get bored of the video. You go to the next one. No,
I can see but no, because sometimes you want to jump ahead. You want to jump ahead to different parts. See, who
really uses a mouse anymore?
Hold on, what are you using, a stylus?
I don't have on my laptop. I have the touchpad.
I hope to God it's not a touchscreen. Because there are certain websites out there which I won't mention that actually in some of the videos, from what I've heard, from what other people told me, they actually segment the video. So
Yes.
you can actually jump
Yes,
ahead
yes.
to a category.
I've heard about
I've heard
this.
it. Yes, I've heard too.
I've heard
never
about this.
partaked.
People have told me.
I've only heard
that there are little on
chapters.
Yes,
Chapters.
almost chapters. Yes.
Yes.
And they actually, if you highlight, if they take the mouse over, they'll tell you anal,
Yep.
oral.
And you ever notice some of the segments are short, some of them are very long.
I don't understand the share button, but that's okay. That's okay.
That age old.
Yeah, that old gag.
But yeah, so if, let us know on our Facebook page, the Better Half Podcast.
Yeah, I really would like to know.
Which you no,
in
I don't
honor
want
of
to
Frankie.
know. Hold on, I don't want to know which hand you use because I'll never shake your hands again. But I just want to know: do you sacrifice the mouse hand so you switch to your non-dominant mouse hand, or do you stick with the righty on the mouse and then you have to switch your dominant batting stance? So let us know. Frankie's curious. We're all curious.
Yeah, #1 fan.
Because this is what we do.
Now, you had mentioned you were watching what videos on YouTube?
YouTube, right?
Yes, YouTube.
Okay, YouTube. Unclogging sewage.
But no, there was
drains.
another one of restoring.
Oh, restoring Hot Wheels.
Right. Okay,
Well, I'm sorry. Hold on. You introduced me to restoring Hot Wheels.
Yes.
Mine was just restoring old metal stuff.
Yeah. The restoring Hot Wheels is one I watch. But you know what I've been watching lately? Power washing.
Ooh, I haven't come across that one yet.
Those are fantastic videos. The guy basically he's power washing his back deck.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm watching the wood go from like black to like yellow, and
I think I've seen this also on
I'm
Pornhub.
watching one right now. As a matter of fact,
there you
it's fantastic. I have a power washer.
Okay.
And I power washed my pavers about 2
There was
years
something
ago.
very, very soothing. And
It is. And let me tell you, I also did not realize how filthy I actually got from it.
Oh, it's
but,
terrible. Yeah.
But this year I have to power wash. We just had some trees taken down.
I thought I noticed.
Yeah,
something
we had some
different.
trees taken
Yeah.
down on the property, so
Way-
I have
way
to
to kill
power
the
wash
environment.
the fence. And I cannot wait for the first warm, nice day when I have off.
I remember when we first bought a power washer when I was still living with my parents, and like you know how like the deck sometimes turns green or whatever. Like
Yeah.
Some of it, and just
Well, you're also by the they're by the water,
True,
so they
yeah.
got a lot of that
True.
salt water.
and the dog just poops on the deck.
Gross.
So, and just taking that
Poop
just
deck.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
I love
it's my new favorite toy.
I love it. I love it.
And now I'm also watching the videos. And
I gotta start watching those.
oh yeah, my wife saw me watching the video, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm just watching a video." And she's like, "Of power washing?" I go, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you going to go power wash something now?" I go, "I just might. And I of course played it off like I'm actually just learning how to do it better and more efficient.
Be more better.
Be more funny.
Actually, you know what's funny? Let's take a look at the YouTube history here. What have I been watching?
Do you ever go down the YouTube rabbit hole?
Oh God, yes.
Then when you start,
that's how I started watching horseshoeing videos.
yeah, I started watching. I was watching that Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yes.
And I ended up at the Tobro, and then from there, somehow, like an hour later, I was on like military people coming home. I don't know how I got.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
I don't know how I got
That's
from A
a
to Z,
rough
but
one.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I got a few clogged drains here. I have a treating thrush, which is a horseshoeing thing. That's interesting.
I thought that was like a disease.
It is. And then some old radio shows I listen to. And
I need to set up my camera the next time I power wash.
And again, it's a lot of live from Coachella.
Stupid Coachella.
Which, by the way, day one just looks like a fun adventure. Day two of Coachella,
yeah, it
looks like all the Molly.
Looks like a refugee camp. So,
you know, it's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I asked her, I'm like, what is it about Halloween? What is it about Coachella that just? And I'm just curious. I'm not arguing. I'm not disagreeing with it, but just makes you go, you know what? I'm just going to wear pasties today.
it's the same reason when I'm delivering mail that I figure pasties are definitely a good option. I mean, it's hot. I have a bag on my shoulders. So, should we talk about my recent injury?
All right, if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I was out of commission.
You look like a Jenga.
A Jenga.
Terrible.
No, I look like an S cookie. No, about 2.5 weeks ago, I think right after our last recording, as a matter of fact.
Just about,
I somehow tweaked my back at work, and I worked the next day, and that was a Friday, and then Saturday morning I could not wake up. I could not get out of bed.
Sucks.
I literally could not move. Like the second I moved, it was just sweet agony along my whole lower back, to the point where I actually had to get my wife to get my phone so I could call work. I couldn't move. So I called, and then I ended up going to an orthopedic surgeon, and I was basically out of work for a week. X-rays, MRI. I couldn't stand fully.
You like you were trying to Vogue.
Like my one hip,
Hit it, girl.
my pelvis was misaligned, and my shoulders, like one was higher than the other, but in opposite directions. I looked like just a disaster, and I never felt so useless in my entire life. I couldn't do anything in the house. I couldn't help with the kids. I couldn't work. It was like I saw my future as an old man. By the end of the week, after the physical therapy and the nice medication the nice doctor person gave me,
you forgot who you were.
Yeah,
and where you were.
I was tiptoeing through the tulips. No, I was actually a lot more functional by week's end. And I went out to breakfast with a few of my neighbor friends, and there was a table of older men sitting there, like 2 tables over, like in their 80s. And one of them
raise a glass to you.
One of them got pushed in with a wheelchair, and they go, "There's your future." And I go, "And you're pushing me," So we all like compared ourselves to somebody at the table. It was pretty comical. But
oh man.
But one thing I want to talk about real quick, and this has nothing to do with the show, but you mentioned it. You were at my house last night for a little get together we had.
Oh yeah, it was.
I thought I posted this on my Facebook page, and not one person commented on it. That's why I was so surprised and shocked that you mentioned that trailer for that movie yesterday.
Oh yeah.
For those who don't know, this is a movie it's coming out soon. I don't have an exact date, but it's about this guy who's a struggling musician, and apparently there's like a global blackout. The next day he wakes up, he starts playing, I believe it's yesterday, by the Beatles to his girlfriend.
June 28th it comes out.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm definitely going to see this. Because I really don't like going to the movies anymore because there's nothing original and nothing new.
Anna de Armas is in it. All right.
So no one in the world except him remembers the Beatles. So he starts singing the song, and his girlfriend goes, "Well, when did you write that?" And he's like, "I didn't." He Googles the Beatles, and the only thing that comes up are the Bugs. And he becomes this world-famous singer-songwriter. The funny line I liked was when he's playing it for his mother or something, and she's like, Coldplay. But it looks really good, and it looks like an actual original idea, which turned me on to it.
Yeah, no, this is really, really interesting.
And now, where did you see it?
Where did I see it? I think it's like on like an Instagram ad or something like that.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It just came up on my Facebook, so
that's probably where I saw it.
And I saved it because I was at work and I didn't have time to read it. To listen to it, so I watched it later. So
here's an interesting fact, not a spoiler, just an interesting fact. This movie delayed production of Bond 25.
What's that?
The new James Bond movie.
Oh, Bond 25.
Yeah,
it delayed the production.
Delayed it.
Another thing came up today. That you're funny. You brought up Bond. Now, there's a lot of rumors that the actor Idris Elba will be.
Oh, is that still going around?
I thought it was. What are your thoughts on that?
I do not like it, and now that everyone is turning off the podcast and probably now going straight to my Facebook to yell at me, let me explain. I'm not crazy about the idea because James Bond is not African American. James Bond is not a woman.
Okay, but James Bond is
James Bond. I've seen
also
James Bond.
He's also not a blonde, and you had a blonde-haired James Bond, Daniel Craig. In the books, he's dark-haired. So
Daniel Craig's blonde.
He's light hair. Yeah.
Oh,
so
I never.
Did you have a problem with Daniel Craig?
No, because
Then
I
you're
didn't realize he was blonde. I'm pretty sure he had dark hair in the movies.
Pretty sure he didn't.
But anyway, hair color is one thing, unless it was like red. But but it drives me crazy.
Old Freckles himself. Yeah, I'm Bond. James fucking Bond. You cunts. Zip.
Wicked. It just drives me crazy with the gender changing and having to race changing characters.
Yeah, I get it. When they do the Honeymooners over and it's an all black cast, that bothers me too. Or when they did Ghostbusters over and an all female cast, there's no need for that.
But Ghostbusters failed not because of an all female cast.
Correct.
It was just a terrible movie.
But let me just throw one more thing out to you. Have you ever seen any of his work, Idris Elba?
Oh, he's a great actor.
Okay, he's a fantastic
actor.
Okay, so I think he would nail the part of James Bond. And you can't say there are people who live in England who are British, who are black. So there's no reason why I don't think he should.
I'm fully aware of that.
Right, but I'm just saying, I think he'd be a great Bond.
If it was an original character, then fine. But in the book, Blonde. Now you got me saying it. Bond is a
Is it ever
white
said
male.
in the book that he's a white male?
One of the first books, I think, it described him. And again, it's not like you're going to see, because it never goes the other way. They're not going to make a Malcolm X movie with John Goodman as Malcolm X.
That would be hysterical. Hey, Rosie, we're marching.
I'm just saying.
You got beat by a bunch of honkies. Honkies!
Wow. I'm just saying.
I'm a honky. I could say it.
I agree. Listen, I get
I'm
it.
cool. I'm cocky. I'm bad.
Hey, Hall of Famer now.
Oh, God. Wait, real quick, on an aside.
Okay.
Can we talk about Bret the Hitman Hart getting
jumped?
Getting jumped by a fan?
Oh, my God. And I had tickets, but I was not there. There we go. Yeah, so at the WWE Hall of Fame, there was an attack on Bret
Security
the Hitman Hart.
really dropped the ball on that.
No security. So what happens is
They were watching the bag check.
they're probably watching the Madison Square Garden show happening like 9 miles over. So WWE Hall of Fame. Now, normally the Hall of Fame is on the entrance ramp on the stage.
Right.
One side. This year they tried to do it differently. This year they did it in the ring. So the ring would be in the middle of the arena. All the Hall of Famers would come out like they're, heading to the ring. And then like 3/4 of the ring had ropes. And the front had no ropes. So you can easily get in.
Right. That I saw.
Cool concept. I like it. Gold ropes, whatever. So I'm now, let me put you like where I am.
Just talk about the story.
Okay.
We don't have to get into details here, Larry.
I just want.
We don't have wrestling fans.
We do. There's some out there who do.
There's like 5.
Then I'm reaching out to those 5 people.
All right.
Talking more wrestling.
Look,
every Saturday,
I know you love wrestling.
6:05
I
PM
don't.
Eastern.
I don't love wrestling. But you don't have to get into every detail.
I was just saying, like, I was sitting at a completely different show, and all of a sudden, everyone starts going, "Oh, well,
okay, that's fine."
That's what I was. I wasn't going to tell you about the main event of Kushida Okada against Jay White.
See, there you go
for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
There you go.
So,
she was very excited.
Actually, I think he was dozing off by then. So in the ring, Bret Hart is, because he's being inducted as the Hart Foundation. Jim Daniel Neidhart no longer with us. So as he's giving,
but his beard
speech,
remains.
Yeah, right. So and Bret's in the ring with Jim Neidhart's daughter, Natalia.
That's who that was. I didn't know who that. Okay,
and she's a wrestler. She's an active.
Oh, she's
wrestler.
a wrestler. She's a wrestler.
So, so as Bret's talking, and they've updated the network. They took it off, so now you don't see it because for about a day you were able to.
Yeah, I saw it from a few, but everyone who had a camera phone,
of course,
it's all over the.
I would have had a great shot.
It's all over the YouTubes.
Where my seats were, I would have had a beautiful shot of the whole thing. So Bret's talking, and then you see Natalia kind of look to the side.
That right.
And then she sees the guy, and then the guy comes in the frame. Bret turns to him,
and he was wearing one of those dreadlock hats.
He was wearing a Rastafarian hat.
Yeah, right.
Reason being, in The Simpsons. Decades ago, Bret Hart was on The Simpsons, and Homer was wearing a Rastafarian hat.
I give this guy points
for
originality.
Well, that's all the points he got because he picked the wrong day to do this. So he tackles Bret. Now, on TV, they go blank. The screen goes black for a few moments, then they just focus on the audience. So what happens is he tackles Bret. Bret also takes down Natalia. So now all 3 of them are on the ground.
Right.
Like you said, 0 security from the Barclays Center.
There was nobody.
0 security from Barclays Center.
Okay, first I'm just going to put this out there. Barclays Center, you're a fucking joke. I hope your whole building implodes on you. You're a dangerous, expensively rip-off fucking shell of a fucking building. You suck. You suck. And I'm not just saying that because I hate the Islanders and the Islanders play there. I could care less if the Rangers play there. You suck. The whole organization from management to the fucking janitors suck. Thank you.
I've never had a problem with the Barclays.
They suck.
So, I like the Barclays. Anyway.
Of course you do. Just because you have to shit on my point.
So, all right. So this guy tackles Bret Hart. He's thinking, and now that I know that he's worn the Rastafarian hat, he's doing something from The Simpsons. Obviously, A, there's something wrong with him, and B, this was premeditated, and he thought it would be funny because how The Simpsons has been predicting everything all this time.
That's true.
But that's where the fun stopped for this guy, because the first two people to jump on him was Shane McMahon, who can be a hothead and has practiced some. I'm not saying he's like a black belt, but he's got some.
And they're also within their right.
Hold on,
to beat the shit out of this guy.
True to a point, which I'll get into in a moment. The second guy on top of this nut, Travis Brown,
no idea
Ronda
who that
Rousey's
is.
husband and former MMA fighter.
Okay.
Yes. Those are the two guys that jump on
I saw
this
one guy, I think he had like yellow pants on or something.
That was Davey Boy Smith Jr., the British Bulldog's son.
Okay.
Who is a known
And all I just
hothead.
saw was his arm going back, boom, boom, boom,
here's
punching
the
this guy
thing.
in the face.
Oh, I thought someone was knocking.
Sorry, that was my leg. I got nervous.
Forgive me. I have to just give a little bit of history. Back in the 80s, even into the 90s, if you jumped the guardrail and went into the ring, yes, you got the shit kicked out of you. And it was
Did that happen a lot?
Oh, often. And
I'm
you
trying
can
to
find videos on it.
I don't remember.
There's a great famous one from Madison Square Garden where a guy,
the world's most famous arena.
Guy jumped in the ring, Triple H match. Triple H jumps on him, and the referee starts kicking him in the face.
Nice.
It was fantastic. And another good one about a cage match. I'll tell you off air. So now all the wrestlers have now jumped in the ring. Still no security. So all the wrestlers jump in the ring. Now it's 2019. Yes, when you jump the guardrail, I guess maybe self-defense or protection is what they're covered by if they're going to jump this guy. Now they're dragging him out. Now the wrestlers have him, drag him out of the ring. They're dragging him to the back to be prosecuted or be taken away by the cops. As they're being dragged away, there's one wrestler, Dash Wilder. He's one half of the Revival. Out of nowhere, gets this guy with this right uppercut. Wow, boom! Knocked him out cold. This guy dropped to the floor like a bag of rocks.
Good.
Oh,
Good. And he deserves
The
it.
place went ballistic when that happened.
Brett got gray.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Of all of this happening, the one guy who kept his cool, Bret Hart.
Yeah, well, he's an older man now.
He is. And, look, I hate Bret Hart personally.
Why?
But I just don't. It's going to get into wrestling, but I just don't
He had
like
that
him.
nice purple little outfit on when he was a wrestler.
It was after his brother died. After Owen died, he just thought he was bigger than the business, and no one's bigger than the business. So,
well, his brother died.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with him.
Didn't his brother die wrestling?
Fell from the ceiling.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, yeah, I'd be a little pissed.
At the Kiel Center, Kiel Arena. Yep, yeah. So now on the network, when you watch it, Brett's there. They cut, and then they come back, and then his hair's all messed up because that's after the incident.
Right.
But yeah, these guys got on him like it was crazy.
It was wonderful.
But that was a Saturday.
Did he talk about it at all? Did he mention it in his
No, he just kept going. He kept moving forward.
It wasn't in the
and
script.
He's had a stroke and he's had some bad times. So to this to happen, and look, even though I'm not crazy about him, I do recognize he's a legend. He's one of the biggest names in the business, and to do something like that to him, let alone anybody, but especially to Brett, just is a no-go. So, yeah, there was a lot of wrestlers still in the ring, like, pissed. One of the wrestlers,
yeah.
One of them gets on the mic. He's like, ignore this man. Ignore him. Let's move on. Ignore everything that's happening.
I honestly I don't understand how there was no security.
That's the biggest question, because it was all the wrestlers were on the floor. It's not like any fans were on the floor.
Right.
The fans were sitting in the regular seats. So,
well, maybe they didn't think anyone would be that stupid enough to go in there with the wrestlers were surrounding the ring.
No, here's the thing, because
Ring.
You got a room for rink. Here's the thing with the
I
Hall
know
of
I'm not
Fame.
a doctor, but I know I'm losing me patience.
like with everything else, with the performance of a wrestling show, yeah, sometimes fans get hyper. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, cool,"
because it's still real to them. Damn it!
But it's still the activity. For the Hall of Fame is like the one day a year where it's like it's real. There's no wrestling. It's meant to honor those who paved way for the future, and it's like it's real moments because they take away all the the storylines or whatever. So of all the times to expect someone to do this, not at the Hall of Fame. You expect it at a wrestling match.
You expect it at Raw.
Exactly, and it's happened on Raw. Some guy knocked a guy off of a ladder. It's right there, and he got punched in the face for it. The next day at WrestleMania, when Dash Wilder came out, the guy who cold cocked him, I mean, this guy, who was the second match of the entire night, and he got like one of the biggest applause when he got in the ring because it was a tag match. Oh, it was fantastic. So, that's what happened. And here's the eeriest thing, and again, I'm not going to get into it, but about a half hour later, I was at the Garden, MSG. They were having, for the first time ever, someone other than WWE was working the Garden, which was very weird. But about a half hour after the Brett incident, at the show at the Garden, 2 wrestlers jumped the guardrail and started attacking other wrestlers. Now,
was that scripted?
At first, everyone thought no. Later on, when you go back and watch it and you realize it, you're like, all right, this is starting to get planned. But at first, because this one guy, Enzo, he's done
I am Enzo, the baker. I'm here for your father. For your father. You don't know what that's
Godfather?
from? Dang. Oh, very good. I'm impressed.
I mean,
I'm here for your father.
How many movies?
Enzo, there's some men here that want to kill my father. You shouldn't be here.
So Enzo's done this before where he's kind of like been in the crowd and like made a scene because he's been fired from WWE for a while.
Okay.
So when he jumped the rail,
stick to baking.
When he jumped the rail at this other show, we're like, "What?" It's like, "What's like? Is this a staged attack? Like, what's it like? Is this 9/12 now? Like, day after or something?" So it got very weird.
9/12
for I don't want to say 9/11. I'm just saying, staged attack at the Garden.
Don't get me started because I'm very angry about what's going on in Congress right now. So please don't get me started.
All right. So bottom line,
9/11.
Bret Hart. It was interesting. Go watch some of the video footage. It's kind of wacky to watch, but all in all, he's okay. He's good to go. And that guy, the only concern I have is the one guy, Dash Wilder, who cold cocked him. I don't know if he's going to have any ramifications. Because I don't know how far that goes nowadays.
Yeah.
So, but good for him though.
You know what else is pretty wacky?
Wacky races.
What'd you just say? You said wacky, right?
Catch the pigeon. Catch the pigeon.
Stop that pigeon.
Stop
that pigeon.
You're right.
Stop.
It is.
Come on.
Stop.
I was a latchkey kid. I know all that
Stop
shit.
The pigeon.
Pigeon now.
Oh well.
Anyway, you know what else was wacky?
What?
We got email.
Really?
You've got mail.
Beep, beep.
Yeah,
Mail,
we actually got an
motherfucker.
email. This is from one of our newer listeners, Rob.
Oh, look what I just
Our
did.
friend
This is
Rob
easy.
from the east side of Chicago.
Look at this.
You never thought of that before? I've
No.
used my stomach as a shelf.
Up-
When you
Mine's
can
now-
eat soup off your stomach, that's a problem. Yeah, no, we
It's
have
now mic
one of
holder.
our newest and most active fans lately, Rob,
Yes.
comes from Chicago.
Shut down.
Yeah, Chi-Town, home of the deep dish pizza.
It's overrated.
Uh-oh.
The deep dish pizza is terrible. Now,
Uh-oh.
granted, I had it in Detroit, which is close enough to Chicago, Illinois. Well, close enough to
No.
Illinois. It's close enough
That
to Illinois.
doesn't count.
But
You had probably bad water. Ooh,
Detroit-
too soon. Too soon?
Too tsunami.
Detroit.
Deep dish is it's just terrible. It's just all it is sauce.
Have you ever had Umberto's deep dish over here?
How big is it? No, but how big is a deep dish though?
You can get a slice.
No, I'm saying like how thick is it?
About an inch.
Okay,
Inch
see,
and a
like
half.
the one that we had in Detroit,
It's
felt
a pie.
like it was about 9 inches.
That's what she said.
Hey, it was just terrible.
9 inches. That's impossible.
I don't
This
know.
is 9 inches.
Is that like rustic
Is that-
pizza? What do they call that?
Sorry.
Rusket pizza or something?
Rustic?
Rustic
Artisan?
pizza? No.
Modal? All right. Can I get to my email?
Please do.
Okay, Rob.
Well, your email.
Our email.
You know,
Well,
you have to
I
break that
manage the
habit.
account, so. Do you know the
Manage
password
the
that I've given you 1,000 times? No, you don't, because I've given it to you 1,000 times, and you refuse to write things down like my wife. So.
I can't run any of that, to be honest with you.
Exactly. It's all about retro gaming. Anyway, sorry. This past month, it's all about more wrestling. Anyway,
Wow. Well, yes, the last couple of weeks.
poor
yeah.
Chew.
Oh, can I tell
Don't
you something
worry.
real quick?
I know what it's like, Chew, being the redheaded stepchild.
He has no hair. And I'll leave you
Okay,
there.
fine. Let me. Chew. I know what it's like being the round-eyed stepchild.
He's very upset because he
Yo,
took a
man.
lot of videos.
I saw.
during WrestleMania, which is fun. Had a good time doing it. All the videos that he did got like 30, 40 hits each. All the ones I'm in, 120, 130 hits each.
Yo, man.
He's not happy with me.
Well, because he puts on that freaking stupid character. It's enough. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Okay, the email. The email is entitled Petty Arguments.
Ooh.
Now, this is something I wanted that we were actually going to bring up earlier, but we got sidetracked with the whole March Bareness thing, silly
right?
us. But I'll read it as he wrote it. So, and by the way, Rob, thank you again for being a supporter of the show. We'd love that iTunes 5-star review if you could. I know you had some trouble with iTunes, but
Hit it.
and I say this to all of our listeners, most important, we need those reviews. We move up in the charts, we get some more exposure, and we could give you a better show. We can maybe get some better production and editing. You good?
I'm listening.
Because you're looking pretty intense at your phone. Like,
I'm listening.
No, but your brow is furrowed. So
I'm listening.
all right.
I'm listening.
Okay, so it's hey guys. So here's my story. Now you need to listen to this, Larry. Going on 2 years of being with my lady, or as Bill Burr would said, my lady, gonna be proposing to her within the next 2 or 3 months, probably.
Oh wow.
Anyhow, when we first started dating, we didn't go out too much early on in the relationship. A friend of mine that lives out of town came in for a few weeks. He invited us out to a burger joint in a town close by, and we went out for some drinks and food. As the night progressed, and the more drinks I consumed, Larry's right up your alley, I was definitely getting a good buzz on. I stepped outside for a smoke, and she came out with me. Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Now we're talking.
Once we were outside, we were just talking about things. My passion in life is cooking. My passion in life is eating. So, hey, Rob, come on down.
Hey.
Next time you know, you can cook me a deep dish pizza.
With pineapple.
And my passion in life is cooking, and she, by then, has had a lot of my food that I've cooked. Okay, good to know.
Okay, so far so good.
We just kept chatting it up, and she brings up how I should look into culinary school or something. Mind you, we haven't discussed much things like this, and I took it as she was getting on my case about doing something better with my life.
Be more better.
I told her now wasn't the time to be discussing that, and I started getting an attitude about it, which in turn started to get her mad about it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I'm completely stealing Bill Burr today.
Better than shit.
So we should title this podcast I've stolen bits from every podcast I've ever listened to. So I finish my smoke and go back inside because I'm pissed, man, and I feel like the night got ruined because of me assuming she was getting on my case about something when in reality all we were doing was talking. She was never intending to piss me off. Let me tell you something right now, Rob. They always are intending to piss you off. Coming from a married man of 12 years,
wow,
they always want to piss you off. That was a whole car ride home in dead silence.
Oof.
Been there, done that.
That's a rough
Then
one.
once we got home, we proceeded to argue even more.
Oh, man.
I know. So,
Rob, what the hell?
Rob, come on, man. You
What the
gotta,
hell? Okay, no, keep going.
Not in the middle of an email. As time has passed in our relationship, I've learned to communicate better with my lady. Very good, Rob. She grew up on the west side of Chicago.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, Al Capone. Wait, is the west side the west side? Oh,
I'm on
that's
the
where
east side.
UC Smollett got mugged by those white mega country. Oh, wait, that's not what happened.
Not-
sorry,
no.
sorry.
Well, apparently it did happen.
Oh,
right?
right. Well, then those boys are still out there.
They are.
Ugh, don't even get me fucking. You corrupt.
I'm on the east side,
what a
I'm on the
corrupt
west side.
fucking city that is.
It's terrible.
And now they got somebody, the first openly gay woman mayor of Chicago, and her name's like I don't know, Gloria Lightfoot or something. Apparently she's part Cherokee. You know, like Elizabeth Warren. You know, so she grew up on the west side of Chicago, where I'm from, a suburb about 45 miles south of Chicago. Okay, that's not... Okay, wait a second.
45 miles?
Wait, she grew up on the west side of Chicago, where I'm from, a suburb about 45. That's not the west side of Chicago. That's a whole nother section of Illinois. So, she's the first woman of a different race that I've ever been with. Oh, okay. So let's forget the whole UC Smollett talk. Sorry. No, I have no problem. This is like very Bill Burr. She's married to a black woman. I have no problem with interracial
of course
couples,
not.
So. Because let's be honest, if you're on the wrong side of history on that, you're an asshole. So she's the first woman of a different race that I've ever been with, and that's just how she talks in general. But I just took it.
I
am not touching that one, Rob. But I just took it the wrong way. We laugh about it now, but we've also had our fair share of other petty arguments that are close or similar to that experience. She's an amazing woman, and I wouldn't trade her for anything else in the world. Aw, schmoopy. What are some petty arguments you have you guys experienced with either your loved one or someone you were dating? Thanks for the podcast. I enjoy listening to you guys a lot. Frank, you rule. Larry, you're an awesome dude too.
What?
I don't know. I think he's just saying you're an awesome dude too.
But
that's the way I read it.
By the by,
wait, no, I'll read it differently. Frank, you rule. Larry, you're an awesome dude too. See, I read Frank, you rule. See, it's the way I read it.
If it wasn't for me, this podcast wouldn't even be here.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. If it wasn't for me, this podcast wouldn't be here.
If I never started podcasting.
If I never harassed you about giving me my own podcast.
It really was. You were annoying.
All right. Wait. This is about you now.
No, I know.
No. This is about you now. Larry, you're an awesome dude too. Hang in there, and believe me, there's someone out there for everyone. I never thought I would have found myself a good woman and came close to accepting the fact that I could be single for the rest of my life, and that's when I met her. Never lose hope in the relationship world. Peace, brothers. Rob.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
I actually, all 4 years of college when I was dating my girlfriend was one long argument, probably.
Yeah.
So, but we've had some issues. I'm trying to think of a good one, though. Like one that was just like, huh?
By the way, do you hear the grunting that's going on upstairs?
There's
I'm a
lot
little
of stuff
concerned that
happening
my
up
son went feral.
He's
ripped this Jumanji going on
upstairs. We lost him to the woods
now.
again. Oh, well. That's another one. All right, so arguments.
Petty arguments.
Petty argument. I gotta think which one to talk about. Because that was just a rough point in my life.
All right. I have one.
Yeah, no,
you're
you
thinking.
do
so,
yours, yeah.
Well, communication obviously is the a big key in relationships. And my wife has been out of work for 4 months now. Thankfully, she got an offer. She accepted it. And she starts her new job May 6th. So,
awesome.
yes. So, but in those 4 months, she has become very chummy with a lot of the local moms at school.
Oh, boy.
So there's a lot of gossip going around, and
You're not a gossipy person?
Listen, when it comes to this, sometimes when I'm a full-blown woman and I love a good gossip story, but the gossip my wife is telling me, I don't give two shits about. And I forgot what I was watching a show the other day, and there was literally 4.5 minutes left of the show that I had to pause 72 times because she decided to tell me about how this mom hates this mom and this one hates this one. And I'm like, and I'm not even looking, like I'm not looking at her. Because I'm staring at the paused TV screen, like trying to mentally tell her I would like to finish watching the last 4 minutes of this very gripping show, and now that it's and she just goes, you know what, you're not even paying attention to me, so whatever, I don't care. And I go, wait a second. I go, do you not see me watching something? A. B. Do you not see that I don't care about these things? That I've told you I'm sick of the gossip. I want you to get a job. It's like I'm joking to her about it because I knew she was going to get a job. And no, 85. 75, 25. I've told her, I had no worries about her getting a job, and the job she got is fantastic.
Good.
The money's good, everything's great. So
excellent.
So it started a little argument, and she's like, well, you do this all the time. If I'm talking to you, you look down. If you look down at your phone or you're doing, I'm like, yeah, I can multitask. I could do 3 things on my computer, build a deck, and listen to you at the same time. I go, but my wife, who the second someone texts her, and if I'm in the middle of a conversation, she has the ability to shut out the outside world. It's like pressing, and in video games, it's like pressing like that special skill where everything else is in slow motion. Right. I think it's actually called special skill, and you could slow down everything else while you go, right?
Bullet time.
Yes. She will block out the entire world, and while she's staring at her text, looking at it and going, "Oh my God, this is the most funniest thing I've ever seen." And my son could be falling off a ladder, or I could be going, Steph, and she won't. I'm like, your head's on fire. Your butt just fell off, and I'll be like, the house is on fire. We lost both children. I'll just say, and she's just like looking at her phone, like there's almost drool coming out of her mouth, like she's like Corky,
Wow.
But that's wrong. I'm sorry. No, I don't care. There's a lot of petty arguments, especially now with freaking smartphones when everyone's stuck in their head in the phone, and I'm guilty of it too. But the second someone could be talking to me and I could be playing Candy Crush or something, and I could fully, yes, no problem, I'll do that later, and it's just because my eyes aren't locked on you that's apparently an issue. So I'm the asshole. Apparently. No, I'm the asshole, apparently.
I'm agreeing, yeah.
Shut up.
I remember one time I got into a fight with my girlfriend in college.
But you just kissed your hand made up? Yes.
Oh, you were proud of that one. You didn't even let that one sink in. You just went right for it.
It's improv, baby. I'm level 2 now, bitch.
I remember one time she was getting mad at me because I was getting better grades than her on a test.
How dare you?
So,
Did you not let her cheat?
No, it was weird because, like, it's odd. Like, I can't be a teacher. I have trouble teaching someone something.
Same as me. I can't.
Yeah. So, but I studied, and I happened to have done better on this test, where normally throughout the year, not doing so good. I think it was one of the classes I failed. But this one test, I got like a 90-something on. I was like, oh, sweet. And she failed. And as actually a few people in the class did. And I remember, like, throughout the rest of the day, I'm like, is there anything wrong here? Did I do something? And she's like, yeah, you got a better grade than me.
How
I was like,
dare you?
I'm like, what? Now, that may or may not have led to me purposely starting to fail my tests. So,
are you kidding me? I will punch you in the tits.
So she would do better than me. But I just remember that one argument was just like, I don't understand. Then there was another one where she would send me some stuff that she needed typed up. So she would scan it, send it to me.
Wow, she really had you by the short hairs, man.
She would fax it. This is when faxing was easier. Fax it to me. I typed it up, and then I would send it back to her. And then I think one time she got mad because I couldn't type it up fast enough.
Wow.
I may be slightly wrong.
I hope she gets syphilis.
Stop it.
No, I hate her. No, I hate her.
Stop.
I hate her.
Stop.
No, she's unruly and no.
I mean, you hit on her while we were still.
I did not know that.
So.
No, you were not an item anymore. You were not an item anymore. Okay, so stop your lying. I know the truth. Stop your lying.
So, I mean, that was probably just among some of them. I remember one time she called me and I asked if I can give her. Actually, no, this one was my fault. She was talking to me. And I was playing. It was like the first time I was playing a game on the PlayStation 2 online. It was NBA 2K4 maybe or 2K3. And I was playing against a friend of mine, and I did. This one was my fault. And she's talking to me like, I'm like, finally I go, Hey, can I give you a call back? And she's like, why? I'm like, can I give you a call back?
I'm about to rescue Zelda.
She's like, why? And I'm like, I'm playing NBA 2K3 online. What? And then she just starts screaming on the other end of the phone. And one of those things where you just kind of hold the phone away from your head. Just kind of like go amongst.
It's funny. Something very similar happened to me the other night. I just completely forgot about it. I'm down here. I'm playing PUBG.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm playing with Eric. Yeah. And my phone goes bling. It's like 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
So Eric said, "Oh, you just got a text." Now he could hear it, but I can't hear it through my headset because it's like sound canceling. You know.
You got a really good headset.
Yeah. So but he could hear it because he could hear it through the mic. So I look at my phone. Oh no, I don't. I ignore it, right? Because I'm like, who's texting me 11:30? It's probably just like a Twitter notification or something, right? So then my phone rings and I hear it. I see the light up. I go, hold on. Now, we're
in
now
the middle.
PUBG's
You
a
can't
game.
pause it.
You can't pause,
Yeah.
and if you stop, you could be dead. Okay, so I see it's from Stephanie upstairs. She's upstairs now, and she goes, did you not get my text? I go, I can't hear you. I go, how many times do I have to have this conversation? When the headsets come on, the house could be on fire. I won't hear you.
I can't hear you.
She goes, I need to know the date. Look at my diploma on the wall and tell me the date I graduated. I go, are you fucking kidding me right now? I go, get off your ass, come downstairs, and go look at it yourself. And I'm like,
wow.
I'm in the. She's like, well, you're down there. I go, I'm in the middle of war right now.
Much like upstairs.
Wow, what's going on up there? I might have one kid when I get upstairs. I just heard, stop! That thump, that could have been a skull.
So did you end up ultimately checking the diploma?
Yes. And I actually said, hold on, Eric. I literally walked over. Thank God it's wireless. I walked over. I had literally to read. I have reading the diploma, looking at the TV screen, reading the diploma, and I'm like, June 5th, 1980. 2012. I don't know what, something like whatever the date was, 1997. So So and then the next day she's like, "You were a real dick last night." I'm like, Stephanie. I go, really? I go, leave me alone. I'm like, it's 11. You should have been saying, what do you need that information for at 11:30 at night? That can't wait till 7 o'clock the next morning. You know, it was just stupid. It's just stupid.
I remember also I used to get in arguments because I have trouble sometimes, I guess, not hearing, but if on the phone, especially back in the day, everything always sounded muffled. It's like why I have to wear like a double headset at work. I can't just wear a single headset.
Right.
Because I just don't hear good. And
hear more better.
Or talk well as well.
Yeah. We know that.
And I remember on the phone with her, I would often be like, I'm like, what'd you say? Like, can you repeat that?
Say what now?
No, and it's not because I wasn't paying attention. I just it sounded muffled. And probably at the same time, she probably wasn't speaking clearly. And that was often.
It's all Greek to me.
Damn you.
She was a nasty person.
Stop it.
She was nasty.
Stop
she was
it.
rude. Okay, did we discuss this? What happened here?
What do you mean?
How she played you and me?
We've probably mentioned it.
Well, let's play it for Rob, our new listener, who's probably even though he's listened to every episode. You were dating a girl, okay,
Yeah.
and then when I met you at a wedding.
Well, no, we met beforehand.
Right, but like we,
but the wedding was
like
we
very
weren't-
recent. It was
we
literally
weren't
like a
that
week
friends.
later.
We were just, that's the guy from the Super Bowl party,
Right,
okay.
exactly.
He's loud
So-
and obnoxious.
Wow, hurtful. That right here. That cuts me. You know, I said at one point you're like a brother to me, and then now you're more like a stepbrother who wants my family's fortunes. That's what you are to me right now. Or that evil guy from Billy Madison. That's what you are.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, okay. You're trying to steal my father's company. I know it. No. So this girl who will call twat.
God, come on.
Why? She's not listening.
You don't know
Everyone.
that.
Really? Have you had any contact
the
with
loony
her?
bin she may be.
Is she in a loony bin? Really?
No,
that would be
no,
hysterical.
no, stop it,
Is she
no.
online?
I don't know. I haven't.
You have to
with her
spell me out her last
since
name because I know
2006.
it's like all Greek to me.
2006 was the last contact.
She's a filthy.
Stop it.
Anyway, so this girl was flirting with me at this wedding that I was at. That
I don't know if it was flirting.
really,
I wasn't
really
paying attention. But
well because you might have been half in the bag. But anyway,
probably.
she came up to me and I said to her, I was like, are those two together? To our mutual friend, they're like, they used to be, but they're not now. All right, so me, green light, because I still don't know you from a hole in the wall.
This is true. The bro code is not in effect
Right.
at this point.
Right. So, I don't remember what other, but I remember her saying to me, if you want to dance with me, just ask me to dance. So I was like, okay. And I was getting ready to ask her to dance, but you somehow got wind of that, and I'm feeling she might have said something to you, but you danced every single dance with her for the rest of the night, closing me out, which I respected. Because I probably would have. But the funny thing was, all of our friends were like, Larry's never danced in his life, and Larry's sweating because you were dripping with sweat by the end of the night because you danced. There was not a moment's notice because when you weren't dancing, you and her were eating. You know, so I couldn't go, hey, let's dance to no one else. Till the Billy Joel song that's playing. Then I asked her out on a date.
Well, hold on,
I got her
before we get
number.
to that,
No, I got her number at the wedding.
Look,
This is not a
know-
nice girl.
I know we weren't dating at the time, me and her.
She disrespected you.
Well,
Yes. Don't defend her.
I honestly don't remember the evening.
I remember the
I mean, I remember where we were. I just don't remember the what happened for the rest of the night, but
you danced, you sweated, and I sat there going, "Is he ever going to let me? Do I interrupt him? Do I that was that? Don't do that."
Remember. I'm trying to remember when did they get married? Because I'm trying to think what time of year it was.
Well, I'm trying to think. I remember
because it was later on at a WrestleMania party at my house. I remember. I think.
Well, I probably wasn't there.
No, you were there.
And then she wasn't there.
No, she was.
No, well, anyway, what happened was I was already working at the post office. So
you were not working at the post office?
Yes, I was.
Really?
Yeah, I was. Because I found out I delivered mail to her.
Oh, no, that was later on. Okay, yeah.
So I do remember getting her number. I called. I had the apartment. I already had the apartment.
Okay, no, I can see that happen.
Yeah, I had the apartment.
I can see that happen.
Where we all live.
Yeah.
And I was living with Rippo.
Yes.
So yeah, because Rippo and I had just moved in together.
Yeah, it was after that Super Bowl party. It wasn't that long after.
Right.
Yeah.
We moved in. Rippo and I moved in February 14th.
Okay.
Aw. Because the Super Bowl was the first week, and then our friend who got married at the end of February or early March.
I guess early March.
So, well, April. It was because I
Somewhere
remember.
around there.
Regardless, but the point being, she gave me her number at the wedding. I called her the next day because I remember we spoke, and I was like, "Oh, I deliver mail in the same town you live, so it's perfect. I will come pick you up, and we'll go out there." So, and I had my buddy was going to let me get cleaned up and shower in his house.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Well, you really had this thing planned out, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
Well, I wasn't going back to Brooklyn to go back to the town that I worked in, So sure enough, she kept me going, oh well, yeah, okay, and kind of was a little hesitant about the date. So finally, I was like, listen, this Saturday, 7:00, I'm taking you to dinner. Are you in? Yes. Okay, fine. I will call you at 6:00. Called her at 6:00, no answer. Called her 6:30, no answer. I'm like, now I'm still in town. I get cleaned up and everything, and I'm like. Now, I know where she lives because she gave me her address.
Yeah.
So I do a drive by the house, and
did you really?
No cars in the driveway or anything. I call again. Call again. Nothing. So that was that. I go, I'm not going to chase this girl. She's obviously a bitch. And then I think
met her, she was actually
I think I saw her. That's right. I think I saw her at your WrestleMania party.
Yeah, which would have been the following
year. And I remember, oh, hi, how you doing? Remember me? I remember that. That just, wow. It's amazing when you see something unlocks in your brain.
Yep.
Yeah, but so I don't have any love lost for her, and I hope she gets chlamydia.
Stop it. She was a big part of my life. Maybe not the best part, but she was definitely.
She scorned you.
Part.
She fucked you up so bad that's why you're.
I think
you're
anyone.
Insane today.
I think. Well, yes, there is a lot between
you're
her.
a man scorned.
Her and a couple other. The one I was, talking.
I also
to.
had you married. Let's not forget that. So.
Well,
I had you married.
Me and my lungs. Thank you for that. So, I'm just saying.
I just got a note slipped under the door.
What? What?
There's a note for my daughter. It says, 1, I need towels. 2, Larry.
Any reason why the whole family now does that to me when I walk in the door?
This is my daughter's thing. I don't know. She's her friend who lives up the block. This girl named Gianna. Every time she sees me, she goes, Frank. I don't know why. She just starts doing it. And this has been going on for a year now. So I just go, Gianna. And I'm like, you know what? I'm literally going to, the day she graduates high school, I'm going to go, Gianna, in the middle of, so, it's shower time. That's why. So they need towels. So now she goes, oh, I'm going to do one for Larry. And I'm going to do one for Larry. So now every time she sees you, she goes, Larry.
Every time.
Yeah, so my daughter really likes making fun of you. So, sorry.
That's all right. All right, so I think we should get right into this, seeing also that the battery's almost dying on
okay, thing. So let's do a quick old news.
Old news?
Old news. Get off my lawn!
Love it.
Yeah, are you going to get that drop?
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, I'm old and cranky, and it's old news, so it's, get off my lawn. Why do I have to explain that to you? It's fucking ruining everything. Okay, so you ready? Rudy? This is a good one. This one covers. This one I file under the what the fuck category. Chaos at Walmart. Already,
immediately
it's good.
I'm thinking Florida.
As woman performs karate, son exposes himself. Dog steals food. Police say.
That almost in the right order. I feel like that was like a jumble that went wrong.
Okay, so where is it?
I'm guessing Florida.
I would have thought Florida too, but this one comes from the lovely state of Wisconsin.
Oh.
This is our first Wisconsin.
Is it?
I think so.
No, I think we've had one before.
I don't know.
All right,
Let's
we'll
see.
check
Wisconsin.
the judges on
I'll write
that
that down so I don't forget it. Okay. Chaos descended on a Wisconsin. This is great. This is actually from the New York Post.
Warnings at
No.
Walmart.
Okay, chaos descended on a Wisconsin Walmart store Wednesday night after a karate-performing mother, her naked son, and their belligerent dog shoplifted and ran amok in the store.
Well, technically the dog shoplifted, it sounds like.
Yeah. I don't know how you pronounce this, EAU? The U?
You?
L.
Yeah.
L.
Oh.
The Eau Claire Police Department said on social media that the officers responded to a call that a woman, Lisa Smith, age 46, and her dog, Bo,
We don't know what they're doing, but the dog's done run away with everything.
shoplifted items from the store. The woman's son, 26-year-old Benny Van, was causing chaos in the store as well. Police learned that Smith came into the shop with Bo unleashed, with the dog immediately running off.
Tell me it's like a dachshund or something like that.
With the dog immediately running off towards customers while the woman was pulling apart displays in the store and
Hold on.
placing them in her cart.
Can we just do the math real quick? How old is she?
She's 46.
How old is he, the son?
26.
Oh, okay.
So she's 20 years old.
No, yeah, I was
right?
thinking-
20 years old?
Yeah.
That's doable.
No, that's fine, yeah.
I love how you're in the middle of an article and another article title pops up.
I know, it drives me nuts.
This is great. Mississippi community left confused after bowls of mashed potatoes mysteriously keep appearing. I almost want to read that. I'm going to say that.
I want to visit.
Yeah, seriously. Is it a gravy? You have to go to the next town to get gravy. After being told to leave the store, ma'am, you got to go and take your dog with you.
You got to leave with your cheese.
The woman began showing off her karate moves in the parking lot to fend off police officers. I love this woman. Wait,
all I'm thinking of is Napoleon Dynamite.
The dog tried to flee the crime scene, albeit unsuccessfully, with a box of Jiffy cornbread muffin mix in his mouth.
The dog is like, fuck this, I'm getting what I want.
This is fantastic. After a brief fight with the officers, Smith was arrested. As a last-ditch attempt, she tried to kick a window out of a police car. Her raucous son, meanwhile, was getting fully naked and began exposing himself to other customers at the store.
So, let's see. So, your mother's getting arrested. Your dog is getting arrested. What comes to... How can I distract everyone?
Wait a second. Did he come after in a separate vehicle? That's what I want to know, because they just said that the mother and the dog came in.
Well, either the mother or the dog texted him and be like, look, we need a distraction. Can you come down here? And what's the first thing you do? I'm taking my pants off.
Pants off. He got fully naked and began exposing himself to other customers at the store.
Is there any other type of naked than fully naked?
Partially naked? He then tried
to Donald Duck
it. Not. Donald. Okay, I actually Donald Ducked myself the other day at the house. I was getting changed, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, "Ew!" I'm like, I don't even want to see this.
What kind of shirt were you wearing?
A sailor shirt, of course, and a little sailor hat. All right, listen, what me and Stephanie are into is our business, all right? So he then tried to cover himself up with new clothes from the store without intending to pay them.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you get the news.
And then, of course, the news article in the middle. Florida driver accused of stopping for man to cross, then hitting him with SUV.
Oh, that sucks.
Arrested. After officers confronted Van, he threatened to run over them with his scooter. I love this country. Prompting the police to use physical force to stop the scooter and arrest the man. They just kicked him over is probably what they did. Hey.
I got this, Dale. Don't worry.
Was it a motorized scooter or one of those?
I'll just put a twig in front of him. It'll confuse the hell out of him.
He hit a pebble. The mother was charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and misdemeanor bail jumping. Ooh. The son is facing charges of lewd and lascivious behavior, disorderly conduct, and retail theft. The dog was not charged with any crimes. No, I wrote that. The only character, only character to get off scot-free is Bo, the dog. Bo was caught by officers in the store and brought to the Humane Association, where he was promptly destroyed. No, the dog was not charged. We issued him a warning for the theft. Police said, "You're a bad dog. Bad dog."
I just want to know what kind of dog it is.
Okay, please follow this guy on Twitter, at Lucas Mechalionis. He's the one who wrote this article, and I love him for it.
He's awesome.
So
we got to give him a shout-out. Normally these...
that's Lucas, Lukas, Mikeelionis.
Lucas with a K? I don't like him anymore.
All right. That's fantastic.
That is awesome.
But I'm going to click on this other mashed potato link and save it for the next episode.
That's where you're planning your next trip.
Oh, this is where I'm getting all my old news from now. So.
Oh man!
And it's look what it's entitled into odd news.
Duh.
Ahoy! All right. So thank you once again for joining us on the Better Half Podcast, episode 47 in the books.
Yes.
If you want to contact us, please send us your emails about petty arguments or anything else that interests you, dating advice, dating problems, wedding and marriage problems, anything. At the better emails. Excuse me. thebetterhalfpod@gmail.com.
Okay.
Our Twitter is @betterhalfpod, 1. Instagram, thebetterhalfpod. Me, if you want to reach me on Twitter, I'm at mess411. And like I said, always give me a shout out. Shoot me a tweet. Let me know that you're a fan of the Better Half, and I'll follow you. And Larry, across the board on
basically
all social
everywhere.
media, More
365.
MOHR 365. And again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to hang out with us. We definitely enjoy it, and we're nothing without you. So, again, I would like to stress the importance of liking and sharing the podcast. Tell your friends. Tell your grandmother. Don't tell your grandmother. Tell your grandfather. Your grandfather would probably like it. He'd probably like the old news part. Again, on iTunes, you could find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker through your Alexa app. Podcoin is a great app which rewards you for listening to podcasts. All you have to do is listen to podcasts, and you get can earn points to get gift cards. Not a sponsor. No. And again, those 5-star ratings are so important. We can't stress that enough. We have been stressing that almost every episode, and it's not rising. You people are pissing me off, but I still love to do this. So and that's it. So, once again, thank you for being part of March Bareness. Congratulations to Angela White. We will be contacting her with her non-trophy.
I feel like we can have her on the show.
If we could get her through Skype, I'll blow everyone in this room. Well, except you.
I'm the only one in here.
Well,
there is a sad-looking empty bottle of orange tea over there.
I have one bottle left.
No,
I have to
a
go
big
on a
one or a little one.
Little one. There's one in the garbage can there. So,
I'm running to the fridge.
I'll kill you. Get back here! And cue the music.